The day I met ya was something special. These days I can't help but think we settled. I'm in a melodrama. Used to say you're my love till forever, but now we're...
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Madam Nadia and my fellow friends. Today, our group would like to present about communication and inter or intrapersonal skill. Before that, I would like to introduce our team members. The first one, Aina Shazlin, Nur Fatiha, Ilhami Nur Izzati, and Siti Amira. Okay, this is our table of contents. We will discuss or explain about definition of communication, intrapersonal and interpersonal communication, presentation skill, research skill, building positive image, conclusion, and last one is references. Okay, first of all, we will look at definition of communication. Okay, what is communication? Communication regarding Brown is transfer of information from one person to another, whether or not it elicits confidence, but the information transfer must be understandable to the receiver. Regarding Mayer, communication is the intercourse by word, letter, or message. Basically, what I can say is communication is giving, receiving, or exchanging ideas, information, signal, or message through appropriate media, enabling individual or group to persuade, to seek information, to give information, or to express emotion or feeling. Okay, what is communication? Okay, what is communication skill? Communication skill are ability used when giving and receiving different kind of information. For example, learning from great communicator and actively practicing is the way to improve communication to achieve various personal and professional goals. It involves listening, speaking, observing, and empathizing. It's helpful to understand the differences in how to communicate through face-to-face interaction, phone conversation, and digital communication, such as email and social media. Example of social media like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. Okay, why is it important for teacher to have effective communication skill, especially when communicate with students? First one is teacher responsible for comprehending and breaking down complex information for conveying information clearly to the student. Second one, teacher presenting in a manner to sustain student attention in the classroom. The third one, teacher listening to. Teacher must listening to. Teacher listening to and resolving student question and problem when they are asking. The fourth one, to adapt content for different learning style, especially in the 21st century education. Okay, the next point is to motivate students to learn and participate actively in the activity in the classroom. Okay. The next point is to build sportive relationship using encouragement and empathy. Okay, the next point is to manage the classroom to avoid the crowded situation and noises. Okay, I proceed to the next point, which is give feedback. Teacher must give feedback, especially when they are shows or they make a good work to finishing their homework. Should prizes them to making classroom safe and sportive learning environment. The last one, when teacher and student have a better communication skill, which is have to two-way communication skill it more effectively for students, especially to perform their tasks. Okay, I think that's all. So proceed to the next presenter.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Malik. Okay, next I will focus on intrapersonal and interpersonal communication. Okay, next, interpersonal communication. Okay, when we say inter we know it means between. Okay, so the definitions of the interpersonal communication, we can say it as the communication that take place between two or more people. Between two or more people. Okay, interpersonal communications, also known as the face-to-face communication. Okay, it can take place both verbally and non-verbal communication, either in person or through digital, such as email or instant messaging and so on. Okay, interpersonal communication, we know is a medium is highest in the range of information. Okay, it can show the amount of information that the communication providers can implement. Okay, it also can show the extent to which the mediums allow the senders and receiver to reach a mutual understanding. Okay, next, this is the example of interpersonal communication. Okay, example of the interpersonal communication skill are active listening, clear verbal communication, persuading, able to negotiating, influencing, and sending non-verbal cues. Okay, next, how about intrapersonal communication? Okay. When we say intra, of course it means within. Okay, so therefore, intrapersonal communication can be defined as communication that take place or happen within the self. Okay, it consists of the self-thought, self-thinking, self-confidence, and also personal reflection. Yes. Okay, besides that, our understanding and response of what we hear and read, see depends on our intrapersonal communication. Okay, so basically intrapersonal communication, we can say as you send the message to yourself. Okay, and you also will receive the message. Okay, get it? Okay, what do you think? Is it normal to speak out loud to yourself when you are on your own? Yes, actually it is normal. Okay, of course it is normal. Okay, it's just another form of intrapersonal communication. Okay, another example, journaling, blogging, writing a diary, and making a scrapbook to record daily activities are also form of intrapersonal communication. Example of the intrapersonal communication. Okay, as I said before, the example of the intrapersonal communication are self-talk, self-thinking, personal reflection, and so on. Okay, so for example, a person may use self-talk to calm himself or herself down during unfavorable condition. Okay, maybe you talk to yourself in the mirror to become more positive, or maybe you write on post-it notes to remind yourself to think of what to do. Okay, all of these are example of the intrapersonal communication. intrapersonal communication skills and interpersonal communication skills are deeply connected. Okay, the qualities of interpersonal skill only can be achieved when we have good intrapersonal communication skills. Okay, even though a teacher has a greater experience and knowledge, but not able to convey the same to students, okay, then he or she not considered as a good teacher. Okay, therefore, every teacher is required to have both intrapersonal communication and also interpersonal communication. Okay, next, how to make class more enjoyable and exciting. Okay, of course, it needs a successful communication. So, interpersonal communication skills will allow the teachers to communicate well to the students, communicate well in the class. Okay, if there is no response, it means there is a problem with the way of communicating. Okay, other than that, okay, it also can help making a concept of learning become more clear. Okay, for making a concept clear, okay, teachers need to use their interpersonal communication skills in both verbal and also the non-verbal communication. Okay, this way is more effective to motivate and facilitate the students towards the learning. Okay, in fact, students can easily understand through the symbols and gesture rather than words. Okay, get it? Okay, other than that, okay, teachers need to require the listening skills. Okay, interpersonal communication skills also include listening skills in order to make the communication become more success. A teacher should listen to what students want to say. Okay, in order to minimize the possibility of misunderstanding, okay, and build a positive relationship with the students. Okay, next, how about the importance of intrapersonal communication skill to teachers? Okay, teachers should have strong intrapersonal communication skills because it can benefit teachers on feeling and emotion. Okay, teachers are able to self-reflect their behavior, modify the recognized behavior accordingly, build strength and reduce the limitation. Okay, these are some of the benefit when teacher have the intrapersonal communication skills. Okay, we know the fact that the teachers will feel stress, anxiety of worries, and are overwhelmed in school due to many factors such as pupil misbehavior, poor working condition, and so on. Okay, so therefore, interpersonal communication skills is able to handle the stress that is faced by the teachers, and enable them to stay flexible and willing to find the creative ideas or solution to their obstacles or challenges as a teachers. Okay, for the conclusion, we can conclude that teachers should have both intrapersonal communication skills and also interpersonal communication skills. Okay, this is because it provides various benefits for teachers as educators. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum Madam and to all my fellow friends. My name is Ilham Nurizati binti Zahari and today I would like to share with you guys about my interesting topic, which is the presentation skills. So guys, do you know what is actually presentation skills? Okay, let me explain what is the presentation skill. Presentation skill is the skills needed in delivering engaging and effective presentations to a variety of audience. These skills cover a variety area such as the structure of your presentation, the design of your slides, the tone of your voice, the body language that you convey, and also the interactions with the audience. Okay guys, before I continue further about the presentation skills, I want to share with you guys about this interesting term, which is glossophobia, that is related to the fear of public speaking. Have you heard about the glossophobia before this? No, isn't it? So I want to share with you guys. Do you know what is glossophobia means? Glossophobia is a medical term, but it is not a dangerous or chronic condition. It is the medical term for the fear of public speaking. And you know what? This affects as many as 4 out of 10 Americans. For those that are affected, they might afraid of speaking in front of the crowd or in front of the public. Okay, these conditions can trigger the feelings of discomfort and anxiety among the people that want to present in front of the crowd. So I bet that some of us get nervous, isn't it, when to speak in front of many people or in front of the crowd. So this term are related to the fear of speaking, with fear of public speaking, which is glossophobia. Okay guys, let's continue the types of presentations. Today, I have listed 5 types of presentations. Okay, the first one is the informational speech. The second one is the motivational speech. The third one is the demonstration speech. And the fourth one is the extemporaneous speech. And the fifth one is the impromptu speech. All of this speech has different types of presentation and also have different types of speech. So guys, let's continue to the first speech, which is the informational speech. The first speech is the informational speech. Do you know what is the informational speech? Informational speech is a speech that provides a useful and relevant information to the audience, and it also aims to inform the audience about a specific issue or topic. For example of the informational speech is a lecture in which you learn a lot. It's an example of an informative lecture. Other than that, do you remember when we are sit on ELC course that we are assigned to do an informative speech? That is also one example of informational speech that you give information to your friends in the classroom. Okay? Okay, the second speech is the motivational speech. Motivational speech is the speech that focusing on changing attitudes and also is aimed to interest the audience in your topic and motivate them to take an action. Okay, the example that we can easy to understand is about COVID-19 speech, where DJ Hisham want us to always follow the SOP and motivate us to together fight the COVID-19 pandemic before it getting serious. Other than that is the motivational speech for SPM students. Okay guys, do you remember when we were in Form 5, the teacher always invite the speaker to motivate the students on how to improve themselves to be positive before the SPM, and also on how to manage the time effectively so that we can study smart. And also the speaker always motivate the students on how on what the preparation before the exam starts, and also how to improve our grades so that we can get the best performance, or we can get the best results in SPM. Do you remember that? Okay, let's proceed to the next speech. Is about the demonstration speech. Demonstration speech is the speech that is focusing on building the new skills, that is aimed to teach the audience on something new, or to show a process and give the audience information while using visual aids. Okay, the simple example is a speech on show the proper steps in brushing teeth. Okay guys, do you remember when we were in the kindergarten and we are assigned to bring our own toothbrush and also cup from home? When we are in school, the teacher will invite the speaker, and the speaker will show or demonstrate on how to brush the teeth properly. The students will also follow the demonstration, and they will try to brush their teeth in front of the speaker, and from that the students learn about new skills and they know the proper steps in brushing their teeth properly. Okay, let's continue to the fourth speech, which is the extemporaneous speech. Extemporaneous speech is the speech that is planned and prepared and delivered with the help of short notes and a clear outline. It is rehearsed but not memorized. The example of the extemporaneous speech is the tell the class about where you see your life in 10 years. Basically, in this speech, you have researched the speech but you are not memorized. Okay, you have planned and prepared the speech, and when you are present in front of your class, you just remember the key points of your speech, and you express your speech in your own words, not the words that you are actually planned and prepared before you are presenting. It is the you just remember the key points and you deliver in your own words. That is the extemporaneous speech. Do you understand, guys? Okay, next we continue to the last speech, which is the impromptu speech. Impromptu speech is the speech that is allow a speaker to speak without any preparation. Compared to the extemporaneous speeches now, the extemporaneous speech, the speech is rehearsed and also is prepared before presenting. But in the impromptu speech, the speaker speak without any preparation at all. Okay, they're just spontaneous like that. Okay, the example of the impromptu speech is the panel discussions of TV channels and the interview of the politicians. Some of the interview and the politicians will answer or speak with their own words without any preparation. Okay guys, in order to get an effective presentations, there are many things that you should do and there are also things that you should not do. So I want to share with all of you today about the 5 things that you should not do for you to get an effective presentations. The first one is don't speak too softly or too fast, because when you are talk too soft, the audience cannot hear your voice clearly, while when you speak too fast, the audience cannot grab what you are trying to say, or they cannot understand what are you saying in front of them. The second one is don't keep using or Okay, this is because when you keep using the and it will distract the attention of the audience while they are trying to focus on what you are presenting. Okay, the third one is don't keep your hands in your pocket. When you are placing your hands in your pocket, it indicates the powerlessness and also the shyness. It also can affect your confidence level. And the fourth one is the don't read from a prepared text. When don't too much rely on prepared text when you are presenting. You have to remember the key points and you have to deliver it in your own words. And the last one is don't neglect the body language. The body language includes the non-verbal communication such as the facial expressions, the gesture, the movement, the voice, the tone, and many more. But it's okay, I will explain it more about the body language and also non-verbal communications in the next slide. Okay, next, I want to share with you guys on tips to overcome your fear or nervous before presentations. So what can you do to overcome your fear? The first one is you have to practice and do the rehearsal. You can practice in front of the mirror while you are presenting. You can check also your facial expression when you practice in front of the mirror. And the second one, you have to arrive early before presentations. It can make you to adapt with the presentation space, and you can try to rehearse your presentation with the space, and also you can adapt with the surrounding. Okay, the third one is you have to take a deep breath. This is because it is important to get oxygen flow in your body and to the brain and make you calm. Okay, the fourth one is a smile to make you feel good. Smiling can increases endorphins, replacing anxiety with calm and making you feel good with your presentation. Okay, when smiling, it can exhibit the confidence and enthusiasm to the crowd. And the last one is work on your pauses. Okay, when you are nervous, it's easy for you to speed up the speech and end up talking too fast and causes you to run out of your breath. It can make you more panic. So you have to work on your pauses so that you can overcome your nervous and your fear when you are presenting. Okay, next, since we are going to be a teacher one day, so I want to share with you guys about the effective presentation skills for teachers, so you can apply these skills when you are being a teacher one day. Okay, the first one is the variety of variability. You have to use the variations in teaching strategies, questioning techniques, and instructional technology in order to make your students focus on you in the classroom. Okay, so that you can make the students feel motivated to study in the classroom and to prevent the boredom among the students. Okay, the second one is audibility. Audibility is the condition where you have to project your voice clearly. You have to increase the volume of your voice but not yelling in order to make the students able to hear your voice clearly, even the students sit at the back. Okay, and you have to invite the student to speak up if they can't hear you. Let's say when you are in the front in the classroom, and then you have to ask the students, okay, the person at the back, can you hear my voice clearly, so that the students can the teachers can know whether the students at the back can hear the voice clearly or not. Okay, it is important in order for you to deliver your topic or lesson effectively. Okay, the third one is the eye contact. You have to maintain the eye contact with your audience or students to establish relationship with them. By by eye contact, you can invite the students to listen and to focus on what you are teaching in the classroom. And the fourth effective presentation skill for teachers is pitch. Pitch is the musical quality in your voice that relates to the highness or the lowness of your voice. The variability of pitch will add to the effectiveness in your presentations as long as it does not become monotonous. This is because when you are speak or present in one tone, it will make your students feel boring. So in order to grab the attention from the students, you have to variety your pitch to make the classroom learning interesting. Other than that is pronunciations. You have to pronounce the words correctly. You have to use the proper sound, emphasis, and sequence. And also you have to pronounce from the vowels and the consonants that make up words correctly. And next is the pause. You have to give students time to think what you are saying for you to prepare the next point. This is because when you are talking without pause, it's hard for students to think about what you are trying to say when you are teaching. And also it is important when you are working on your pause, it easier for the student to jot down what is the important thing that you are saying. So it is important for you to work on your pause, and it is important for you to prepare the next point. So when you are pause, you can check your RPH or your learning or your lesson plan for you to prepare for the next topic or the next lesson to be teach. Okay, the next effective presentation skill for teachers is the gesture and movement. Okay, you do not have to be afraid to use the gesture and movement because non-verbal behaviors have a powerful impact in the classroom. You have to use them in the natural way to assist you in conveying the meaning of your oral message. You have to avoid the gestures that are repetitive that can distract the students from focusing on you. Other than that, stance is you have to maintain a good posture. For example, stand tall. Sometimes in classroom, some of the teachers like to teach while they are sitting on the chair. Some of the students cannot focus about what the teachers teach when the teachers always sit on the chair. So in order to increase the engagement with your students, you have to stand tall and you have to walk around in your classroom so that you can able to control your classroom effectively, so that you can know whether the students are focusing on you or not. So you can know the person at the back is playing or focusing on you. So you have to make a move in the classroom so that you can control the students and you can reduce the misbehavior of the students in your classroom. Okay, the next one is the energy and enthusiasm. You have to inject the physical and mental energy into a presentation as a teacher. Okay, for example, like before you are entering the classroom, you have to greet them cheerfully so that they can feel your energy and they can feel motivated to have a class with you. Or when you are teaching in classroom, you have to make the class cheerfully. You have to make them to feel motivated to study so that they can be an active listener while when you are teaching in front of the classroom. Okay, next, confidence. You have always to boost your confidence level before entering the classroom or before you start teach the students. This is important because when you are gaining a confidence, you can make your presentation, you can make your teaching and learning session better, and the students also can feel motivated to study or to learning with you in the classroom. So you have to trust yourself and you have to be positive and you have to mindset that everything will be alright at the end of your teaching and learning session. Okay, next, this is the visual aids that you can do in your presentations to make your teaching and learning effective. You can do a flip chart, handouts, whiteboard, DVD or video, and laptop and LCD projector in order to present your speech or your teaching learning session in the classroom. Okay, next, I want to share also with you guys the tips for question and answer sessions. So the first one is you have to not be afraid to say that you do not know the answer to the questions. Okay, the second one is you have to always be polite when answering questions and don't be rude. Okay, the third one is you have to allow the audience to answer some of the questions to enhance their experience and allow knowledge sharing. This can make your presentations effective, and since you are having the two-way communications with the audience. This is important to make your presentation skills effective. Okay, there are many advantages when teachers are applying the presentation skills in the classroom. The first one is that teachers can strengthen the relationship between the students and school community. And the second one is teachers can make an effective teaching and learning in the classroom. Next, effective communication and presentation skills can increase academic achievement among students, since the teachers have a better in delivering the important things in teaching to the students, so that the students can understand what the teachers are trying to learn or trying to say. Okay, next, teacher can also boost their confidence level and able to perform better. This is because when they are practicing the presentation skills, they can boost their confidence every day and able to perform better in next day. And overall, the effective communications can create the positive learning experiences. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your focus and your attention. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. So I will start with my part. Okay, before that, my name is Nur Aina Shazlin, which is ID. So in my part, I will present about research skill. In research skill, I point out about the action research. Alright, so we go to the next. Okay, what is research skill? Okay, research skill is a skill that refers to ability to search for, locate, extract, organize, evaluate, and use of present information that is relevant to a particular topic. Okay, we go to what is action research. Okay, action research is a discrete process of inquiry conducted by and for those in taking action. The primary reason for the engaging in action research is to assist the actor in improving and or refining his or her action. So we know what is the research skill and also the action research. So we go to the action research process. Okay, in this research have seven aspects of process. Firstly is selecting focus. Secondly, clarifying theories. Thirdly, identifying research question. Fourth, collecting data. Fifth, analyzing data. Sixth, reporting result. And the lastly is taking informed action. Okay, after this, I will explain more about the 7-step process. Okay, firstly, selecting a focus. Okay, it begins when a serious reflection directed toward the identify a topic or a topic worthy of a busy teacher time. Okay, considering the incredible demands of today classroom teachers, no activity is worth doing unless it promises to make central part of a teacher works more successful and satisfying. Okay, by the selecting a focus, begin with the teacher researchers or the team of action researchers asking what element of our practice or what aspect of student learning do we wish to investigate. Secondly is clarifying theories. Okay, and first step is identifying the values, beliefs, and theoretical perspective for researchers who are relating to their focus. Okay, as example, if teachers are concerned about increasing responsible classroom behavior, it will be helpful for them to begin by clarifying the approach, maybe using a punishment or a rewards. This will allow students to experience the natural consequence of their behavior or some other strategy. They will feel work best in helping students acquire responsible classroom behavior habits. Thirdly is identifying research questions. Okay, once a focus area has been selected and the researcher's perspective and belief about that focus have been clarified, then we can generate a set of personally meaningful research questions to guide the inquiry. Alright, so the fourth is collecting data. Okay, most of the teachers always want their instructional decision to be based on the possible data. The data used to justify the actions are valid and reliable. Before the data are used to make a teacher decision, teacher must be confident that the lesson drawn from the data align with any unique characteristic of the classroom or school. Okay, most of the teacher researchers use a process called triangulation. It is to enhance the validity and reliability of their finding. So basically, triangulation is like study an object located inside a box by viewing it through various windows cut into the slicer of the box. By observing a phenomenon through a multiple window can help a single researcher compare and contrast what is being seen through a variety of lenses. Alright, after you collect the data, so you need to analyze the data. Okay, although the data analysis often cites the use of complex statistical calculation, this is rarely the case for the actual researcher. During this portion of the 7-step process, the teacher researcher will methodically sort, save, rank, and examine the data to answer two generic questions. Firstly, why is a story told by this data? And why did the story play itself out this way? Alright, after we analyze the data, so we need to reporting the result. So the reporting of action research most often occurs in informal settings that are far less intimidating than the venues where scholarly research has traditionally been shared. However, each year more and more teachers researchers are writing up their work for publication or help to fulfill requirements in graduate program. Venue or training educators select for reporting or researcher the simple knowledge that they are making a contribution to a collective base regarding the teaching and learning. Also, it's often said that the teaching is a lonely endeavor. It is doubly sad that so many teachers are left alone in their classroom to reinvent the wheel on a daily basis. The loneliness of teaching is unfortunate not only because of its infection, but also when dealing with a complex problem, the wisdom of several minds is an inevitability better than one. Alright, lastly, taking information or action planning is the last step in the action research process. It's very familiar to the most teachers. Okay, when the teacher write a lesson plan or develop academic program, they are engaged in the action planning process. Although all the teaching can be classified as trial and error, Actual researchers find that the research process liberates them from the continuously repeating their past mistakes. With each refinement of practice, actual researchers gain a valid and reliable data on their developing virtuosity. Okay, we are done with the 7-step process. So then we go to the next part. You need to know why action research for teachers is important. Okay, firstly, teachers learn to improve their practice while improving the understanding of their practice. Okay, by doing their research, they know what the problem so that they can improving the problem. Secondly, teachers to collect data that more specifically relates to the current issue relevant in their own classroom. And lastly, is help teachers develop practical solutions to address them quickly and efficiently. So by having a process, that actual research process, they can know what the problem. So they have a specific data to prove that problem, so that the teacher can prepare a solution to address the problem quickly and efficiently. And then the advantages action research. Okay, firstly, action research make change manageable. Okay, why? This is because action research help teachers focus on one aspect of their practice. They would like to improve specific question and restrict time frame behind each repetition. Secondly, action research promote collaboration. Action research or AR can align social research and teaching to social needs because it creates a space for collaborative reflection about the mutual and contrast and integration of many kind of knowledge system and the shared design of the goals and action aimed at achieving them. Lastly, action research can power system change. Why? AR can be used as a method to improve organization change and to stimulate learning process in between organization and the process. That's all from me. Thank you. If you have any question, you can directly ask me. Thank you. That's all from me. Bye.
Okay, I will proceed to the next slide, which is building a positive image. What is positive image? Positive image is an internal dictionary that describes characteristics of yourself, including such as intelligent, beautiful, kind, talented, and so on. Basically, building positive image is also known as improving self-image. There are 4 skills for effective communication. The first one is listening skill. The second one, empathy. The third one, non-verbal communication skill. And the last one is the teamwork. For listening skill, clear communication starts with active listening. For example, if you as a teacher just focus on how you expressing yourself, and chances you to reacting or listening to your student is low. So, effective communicators usually use a variety of listening styles. There are many listening styles, but I will share with you 3 types of listening style. The first one is appreciative listening, which means listening for enjoyment. The second one is empathic listening. This is listening to the hurt or pain of another individual and providing support and understanding. The last one is evaluating listening. Evaluating listening is a process of assessing information for the purpose of making a decision. We move to the second point, which is empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is being able to understand the feeling of those around you. Okay, empathizing means both understanding and relating to someone else's feeling. Okay, by having high emotional intelligence and demonstrating an ability to empathize, build rapport, especially between student and teacher, it may lead to increased ability to communicate. Okay, the third point is nonverbal communication. Develop nonverbal communication skill, develop an awareness of body language and tone of voice, which will improve messaging and presentation skill between teacher and student in the classroom. Okay, the last point is teamwork. Teamwork is the ability to actively engage in the team in the classroom. Okay, the more build rapport and strong relationship, more effectively able to communicate, especially between teacher and student in the classroom. It may join a same activity, do same activity and got a connection, got a bond, and more communication can occur, and they will feel more safe, more happy, and more interest to learn in the classroom. Okay, I will move to the next slide, which is strategy for effective communication in classroom between student and teacher. First one, teacher must create a safe learning environment with supportive relationship. Second one, more teamwork activity during the classroom. The third one, teacher don't stand at the front of the classroom. The fourth one, teacher must practice active listening. The fifth one, teacher must give positive feedback to the hardworking of the student work. And the last one, teacher must focus on non-verbal communication or body language. Okay, for the first point is create a safe learning environment with supportive relationship. Okay, it has been proved that a supportive relationship between student and teacher have positive impact on class management, participant, and student achievement. This is because when students feel supported, they feel more comfortable to open up and expressing their own ideas, talk, attempting challenges, and asking when they need help from the teacher. A supportive learning environment is built using communication. Teacher should get to know student well and show they are safe from judgment and humiliation. For example, it is a good idea to learn student name early in the year and use them oftenly in the class. Okay, by having an open door policy, usually student will come and talk to teacher about any issues, and teacher must be empathic and caring when they interact with students at all the time. It is a great way to promote good communication between students and teachers. Okay, the last one. By giving students extra support and explanation before and after class, help shy students that don't feel comfortable in the class to ask questions to learn. Okay, the second point is more teamwork. Okay, when teacher doing more team activity and group work, it is a great way to take focus off competing with one another and concentrate more on working together to get the best result, and also contribute to making classroom comfortable environment. The second one is it can encourage communication, cooperation, and collaboration between students. following point is it can help students talk more and effectively express themselves with their peers. The next point is it can give students a good opportunity to ask and get feedback from the teacher on their work. Okay, the next point is it can leading to effective communication with the student and teacher in the classroom. Okay, next it can be a better understanding of a lesson from the student. And the last one is academic benefit. Academic benefit when the student feel more comfortable, more safe and interesting when learning, so they will keep hard working and work smart to improve their knowledge, to improve their achievement. So it will lead to the academic benefit. Okay. For the third point is teacher, please don't stand at the front of the classroom. So by moving away from the front of the classroom and joining students either at their desk to discuss ideas and getting involved in a small discussion. And lastly, it will help students to feel more comfortable and more likely to open up with their teacher. Okay, the other strategy is practice. Teachers should practice active listening in the classroom. Active listening means engaging with what people say by giving affirmative replies and asking follow-up questions. It is shown that teachers are paying attention to what their students want to say, not just respond and give an answer. By practicing good listening in the classroom, it can make teacher be a model for a student who will improve their listening skill. Teacher can correct misunderstanding and extend learning, resulting in a better education for a student. For example, when a student have a question about homework or needs some clarification about topic that has been discussed where an answer is needed. Active listening involves listening fully to what students want to see, building on student ideas, questioning student, and you as a teacher checking that student understood what you have teaching or not, and when they are wrong you have to correct them. Okay, sometimes just lending an ear can be extremely useful in promoting a sportive and caring environment. It is a best approach to use to foster understanding in the classroom and is an excellent example of effective communication. Okay, for the next strategy is positive feedback. Okay, positive feedback is a necessary part of promoting effective communication. It has been shown that positive feedback such as praise can build student confidence and making them more likely to believe that they can accomplish tasks and be successful. The next one, positive feedback can help to create supportive environment and increase academic success. Teacher can use positive feedback to modify student behavior. How? Okay, for example, praising a student for having their hands up is likely to cause the other student around them to stop shouting out and copy this behavior in order to praise themselves. Teachers should give specific deserved positive feedback. For example, teachers should use the student name explicitly explicitly state what they are doing right and thanks them. On the reverse side, it can be beneficial to encourage students to give feedback and allowing them to share their feedback on lesson, teaching style. It is shown that you as a teacher appreciate and value their opinion as well as helping in improving learning in the classroom. Okay, the last point is teachers should focus on non-verbal communication or body language. Teachers should ensure signals giving through body language such as positive, confident and engaging. For example, maintaining eye contact, limiting hand gesture and good posture. Okay, for the maintaining eye contact, maintaining eye contact or making eye contact with students when talking to them show that you are being supportive and attentive. Making eye contact also important when you as a teacher represent to the whole class. It motivates everyone in the classroom to pay attention, which helps them to learn as well as making them feel involved and comfortable. In order to make more eye contact, teacher may have to learn lesson content truly in advance so that teacher don't have to look away to read their notes while teaching. Okay, for the second example, limiting hand gesture. As teacher teach, teacher should use gesture to emphasize word. This increase the interactivity of the lesson, making it more visual interesting, hence more memorable. For example, teacher can keep arm open and use smile and thumbs up to encourage students when they participate in activity in the class. Teacher also can moving around the classroom while teaching and help to remove barrier between student and the teacher. Okay. The last one, when we focus on non-verbal or body language, it can help to prevent miscommunication and signal interest to those people around you. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Yay! There is a last part, which is conclusion. In a nutshell, communication, intrapersonal, interpersonal presentation, action research, building positive image skills are important for teacher professional development. There are many benefits teachers should have effective communication with students during teaching and learning. Have a good communication skill are the best need for the academic success of the student and also professional success of the life. Teacher with a poor communication skill may cause failure for the student to learn and promote their academic. Alright, that's all from me and my friends. Bye!